The early game is UConn against Arkansas. At DraftKings this morning now, Tim, UConn up to 4.5. Is that getting a
Wow.
touch high?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. There's so many differing opinions, and that's the beauty of these games. And I love to have people think one way and the other. My initial thought was I kind of like Arkansas here. I haven't gotten to the window yet on this game. I do have some plays in games tonight, but I go back and forth because UConn has been a metrics darling all year long, right? They got as
Yep.
high as number one in Ken Palm. They've basically stayed up there all along. And I remember when this West region broke and we were talking about it, all over the place. We're like, man, good luck, Kansas, because you've got three teams that are ranked higher than you in all the metrics, UConn, Gonzaga, and UCLA, and ultimately Arkansas is the one that knocks them off. For me, why I would lean towards Arkansas in this one, guys, is I just have this curiosity about the youngsters that they have and Nick Smith Jr. and Anthony Black, because anyone who talks about Arkansas is, well, they have some lottery picks. They do. And guess how many points they combined to score in their win over Kansas? 4. And now I'm like, okay, are they kind of out of sight, out of mind? Or is there going to be some sort of, come to the light moment here from these youngsters? The size from UConn is just so incredible. Sonogo has been a force in the NCAA tournament. If we keep rising here, I might look at Woo Pig in this spot. UConn, it seems to be kind of a pick that the public is trending towards here, but I don't have an official play on this one yet, but I would not be surprised whatsoever, guys, especially the way that Muss has played in the NCAA or coached in the NCAA tournament. I mean, he's coaching to go to his 3rd consecutive Elite 8. He's like the anti-Matt Painter.
How would you go about breaking down this game from a betting perspective in terms of what you would like in pocket as they're a 1.5-point favorite against Gonzaga?
I know you guys had Matt on Humans earlier this week, and we were doing the podcast, and it's great to do these podcasts because he opened my eyes to a way to play this game, and I agreed with him. And I played the under. A 146, I think, is still out there. It's 145.5, pretty much painted across the board. I know playing an under in Gonzaga UCLA is not for the faint of heart, but I do think if you're Mick Cronin, you want to ugly this thing up. You don't want to get into a finesse up-tempo game against Gonzaga. That's where they thrive. Look at the TCU game. Now, TCU, fortunately for Gonzaga, that's kind of what they do. That's their style. They want to get out and go. They're more of an up-tempo team. They were top 50 in tempo. But I think UCLA guys, especially no Jalen Clark, as we all know, the David Singleton dealing with the ankle injury. Apparently he's going to play. Bona, the freshman, the big guy, I expect him to play too. He played 16 minutes against Northwestern. But they are a very good defensive team. They make you work on every possession. And I believe in Mick Cronin. I think he's a really good coach. And for me, I think he's going to want to slow this thing down and play this, much fewer possessions than Gonzaga is going to want. Gonzaga, not as crazy tempo as, let's say, an Alabama, who's top 5 in tempo, but Gonzaga, averages around 70 possessions per game. I think UCLA is going to want to make them earn it. This is the best offensive team in the country. So I'm going under in Gonzaga, UCLA, with a slight lean to the Bruins here for them to win this game as you see a 1.5-point favorite. But the play in pocket for me, guys, is under in Gonzaga and UCLA.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.